Okay, we are going to find values using our trigonometric functions. So first one we have, we're going to start with 10. Yesterday we learned how to set all these up, find the opposite, find the adjacent, find the hypotenuse, and when to use sine, cosine, or tangent. Now, once we set them up, I'm going to show you how to use those. First example we're going to have is when we have sine of x is equal to a number or a fraction. This x is going to represent degrees, and that's when we're going to use the little degree sign on the top of our answer, like this right there. This is 52 degrees. We're trying to figure out the number of degrees. So the first thing we must do before we find values of degrees in the calculator is we must tell the calculator that we're going to use degrees. Now that we have calculators, let's go ahead and clear them. Second plus 712. I always find it best to clear them before we start. That way we know we're starting with a fresh calculator. To change this to degrees, we look at the mode button. It's on the top. Press mode, and then there's a selection here between radians and degrees. We just simply want to say degrees. Once you press enter and it's highlighted, you can go back to quit, and we're on this page now. So to find sine of x is equal to 6/12. To find my answer in degrees, we're going to use sine, but we're actually going to use inverse sine. If you look above sine, there's this little sign with a -1 up there. So we're going to use the inverse sine. So right here above sine, it's in blue. So we're going to press the blue button and then the sine key. And then it gives us that little -1. That's the inverse sine. We'll use this inverse sine to find the degrees. And then we're going to put 6 divided by 12, because that's what it's equal to out here. And press enter, and we get 30 degrees. Horrible. 30 degrees. This is the simple way to do it. What we did is we actually took the arcs, or the inverse sine of both sides to get rid of the sine. We're just going to say, to find the degrees, you're going to put whatever this is equal to inside the inverse sine. And that gets us 30 degrees. Our next example, we have tangent of 52 degrees. And we have to find one of these sides. And if I'm looking at tangent, if I look at this is my opposite and this is my adjacent. So what we're doing is we're finding the adjacent side. To accomplish this, we're going to have to do a little bit of solving equations and manipulating the equations. We need to get this x on the other side. We need to get the x by itself. To get this x by itself, I'm first going to multiply both sides by x. So now I have x tangent of 52 degrees is equal to, and those x's will cancel, 23. I again have to do a little bit of simplifying. Get rid of that tangent of 52. To get rid of that tangent of 52, tangent of 52 degrees, divide it over here, tan of 52 degrees. I have to divide both sides by a tangent of 52 degrees, which leaves me just x is equal to 23 over tangent of 52 degrees. And I can now put that in the calculator. I'm going to do 23 divided by tangent. I just press the tangent button, and I'm going to do degrees. 50, 52. And we get 17.9. And we just go ahead and round that to 18. So my adjacent angle in this case is about 18. One thing I am going to show here as well, if I look at this, now this is not mathematically how we do it. We basically just switch these. If we want to do that, we are welcome to switch those as well.